Hi, I'm Danielle and I'm one of the Doll Beauty makeup experts. I'm also the Area Sales and Events Manager for Doll Beauty. Today I'm going to show you how you can achieve this look. This is like my go-to night out look. So I'm just going to take the Ebony Brow Powder Duo from Anastasia. So for my eyebrows, I always use a powder just because I find it blends better through my eyebrows. As you can see, I haven't got much of an eyebrow, to be fair. I feel like I sleep on this side because this side is always like a bit gappy than the other. So I'm just gonna pop it through my brow. I never start at the front just because I want like that faded brow effect. I don't really want like a big block off brow. I think it looks quite harsh. So just popping that through my eyebrow. And then at the front, I'm just going to take the leftover product and then push up. So don't worry about going outside of the eyebrow because you can create a mess but just conceal it away. So with my eyebrows, it literally only takes about 2 minutes to do, like it's really quick for me. A lot of people spend a long time on brows, but not me. And then I'm just going to take the Milani concealer and just pop that all on my lid. And then just take a flat concealer brush. And just blend all that into the eye. So whenever I do eyeshadow, I always start with like the eyes first, just because it drops down and it can look like you've been punched in the face basically. So you always need like a baby wipe just to wipe away. So you want to make sure that you don't get into the actual eyebrow with the concealer. Just use like the brush, like the shape of the brush around your eyebrow. And that helps like really carve it out. And if you haven't had your eyebrows done, like mine, you can always just conceal away the hair so it doesn't look like you've got any stray hairs there. So now I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the Doll Sweet Treats palette in Peaches and Pop Tarts. So we do this palette and we also do the Mud Pie and Mochaccino's palette as well. These are literally my go-to palettes because you've got, in this palette, you've got like all your bright colours, like your oranges, your pinks, your purples, and in the other palette, you've also got like your browns, your neutrals. So I literally just use these two palettes for any of my clients that I do. Like in the studio, if you've got a pink smoky eye, you've got your pinks there. If you want like a brown and gold smoky eye, you've got your brown and golds in the other palette as well. So I always have these. And they also come with 2 little pigments in them as well. So you can literally get a full night out eye look in these with your pigments. So at first I'm going to go in with the shade Sugar, which is here. I'm just taking a small crease brush and blending that through the crease. So these palettes, they brought them out for Valentine's Day as like limited edition, but they did so well that we're bringing them back out at the end of August, and they're going to be like in like a tin shape because the feedback that we got was that it was quite big in the heart shape, but we just had the heart shape for Valentine's Day, so it's quite cute packaging. So I feel like what really complements my eyes because the blue is like oranges and browns, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this with this eyeshadow palette. And then I'm just going to go in with the Choco Orange with the same brush and just go over that slightly. So I'm just doing this in circular motions. Just make sure that's all blended. If you do make a mistake and you feel like it's not blending, just always grab like a clean blending brush and just blend over that in circular motions. It should start to blend. So if you do ever come into like one of our salons, we're in Topshop, Manchester, Liverpool, Sheffield, and that's just the salons. And then we've also got Doll HQ in Chester as well. We always look at the eyes and like see what would complement your eyes. So like for me, for example, like I'm doing myself now, I'm using like oranges and browns. But if you've got like a green eye, sometimes we recommend like a pink or like a purple. That would really look nice on the eye. But it's mad like the amount of girls that come in and like they'll just ask for like such different looks, but we all have like a certain doll look that everyone loves. So I feel like you know when you've been dolled basically. It's always like nice glowy skin, pigment on the eyes, like that's like our go-to look. So once you're happy with how that's blended, I'm just gonna go for like a bit of a bigger blending brush and take the shade Cookie, which is like a nice warm brown. I'm just going to apply that to the outer corner of my eye and then start to blend it in. So I literally love doing a smoky eye on everyone. Just have like such a love for makeup. Like I started out working on Benefit in Harvey Nichols, the Benefit counter, and you couldn't really do like a lot of, like not like a smoky eye really, like it's like quite natural, like quite a natural brand. Like I love like the bronzer and stuff, but it's quite a natural brand. So I worked on there in Harvey Nichols, and that's where Sam and Danny worked, the owners of Doll. So Sam was like a floor manager in Harvey Nicks, and then Danny worked on the Steeler counter, which was facing Benefit. And I remember when Danny just used to do like makeup after makeup, and I'd stand on the end of Benefit like staring at her. She probably thought I was a freak, like I literally was like such a stalker. I used to stalk her Instagram. I was like, how does she do this amazing makeup? And like I just got into the makeup world, and I absolutely like just loved like the looks that she was producing. So yeah, I used to stand on the end of Benefit staring at her for like 8 hours a day, seeing how she did her work. And then a job became available on Steeler, and she asked me if I wanted to go for it. So of course I went over to Steeler, and then I worked with Danny for like a good 2 years on Steeler, and we just like created so many different looks, and like I learned so much from her. Like if you follow her on Instagram, like she's such an amazing artist, and like she still does work now. Like people always say to me like, oh God, I bet they're like millionaires, like they don't have to do anything now. I'm like, no, like they still are very much involved in like the business side. Obviously this is their baby. Danny still does makeup in Doll HQ on a Saturday, like 14 clients a day. She loves it. And like Sam's very involved within the warehouse within Doll. Like you'll go to the warehouse and Sam will be sat there in the office with like stock and orders. So they're still very much involved in everything. I think that's like so inspirational, like for me, because obviously I'm working for them. It's nice to see like how hard they've worked and how much success that they're getting now. Like they've just gone into Boots, and like I'm buzzing off that, like they're in Boots, that's mad. But it couldn't have happened to like 2 nicer girls, like honestly. So I also like run the events for Doll as well. And like they'll give like products away at masterclasses, and I think one thing that everyone says is like how generous they are. I'm just gonna blend that all back in so it starts to look a bit messy, but don't panic, because I always do my makeup like a bit of a mess, to be honest, and people are like, what are you doing? But it's just what works for me. And like when I do clients, I do their makeup this exact way as well. So it doesn't matter what colours you use, you can always just follow the same like steps. So I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush and just blend all around that. So make sure it's all blended in. So I'm then going to take the new Doll Pigment Popper, which is just like a clear glue that helps to stick the pigment on. And I like that it's clear just because with some others that aren't as clear, you always get like that colour and you don't want it to affect your pigments. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a flat brush. And then I'm just going to take that across my eye. And then just stop halfway. Because I don't want the pigment to be like all across the eyelid, just like 3/4 of it. So I'm then just going to take just a normal eyeshadow brush and then take the floss pigment that's in the palette. So this is like a nice orangey gold, pinky tone pigment. And I live for it basically, I love this pigment. So I'm just going to pop that on my eyelid. You can just see like, wow. So with the pigment, it pretty much starts to go tacky straight away. You can just apply the product right over. And then I'm just going to take the blending brush from earlier on for the crease. Just blend around that. And then I'm just going to go in over with a little bit of Angel Delight pigment as well. So this is like a bit of a more pinkier toned pigment. But I really like to like mix some pigments together. I'm just going to pop that in the middle. So if you wanted to, you could go back over with the pigment popper again, then apply another pigment if you really wanted it to be like a bold pigmented eye. Like I know Holly Flynn does that, I picked that up from her because she does like a lot of masterclasses for us in Topshop, so because I look after like all the events, I get to watch them, so that's good for me. Pick up all my tips from her and then the other makeup artists that we get to do the masterclasses. And then I'm just gonna go back in with Cookie, the brown shade from earlier, and just apply that to the outer corners. And then I just tap that over the pigment a little bit as well. And then I'm just going to get a baby wipe and then just wipe away any drop down. So whenever I do clients, they always look and they're like, you're going to blend that in or you're going to wipe that away. Like, I'm going to wipe it away. Don't panic. So I always try and get my clients not to look in the mirror when I'm doing the makeup because I do it such a mess, but then it looks nice in the end. So I'm just going to take the NYX Copper pencil. I'm just going to put this in my waterline. So I use this pencil like everyone, unless you want black in the waterline. I just think it helps like bring out the eyes and it's not as harsh as black. So I'm just going to pop all that in the eye. And then I'm just going to pop it underneath the waterline as well. And then I'm just going to take a really small like shader brush and go in with the Choco Orange. And then smudge out underneath that. Just back and forth. I'm just going to take the Doll Highlighter palette, which is a Hall of Fame palette. I'm going to take the shade Shine Bright and use this on my brow bone and inner corner of the eye. So you can just tell how pigmented that is. in the inner corner. So then I'm going to go in with the Topshop mascara. This is a waterproof intense mascara. And just pop that on the bottom of my eye. So I always do like the bottom lashes first, because I always find that if I do the top and then I go to do the bottom and I look up, that it transfers. And then I'm going to go in with lashes, so I'm going to use the doll lashes in Chloe Elizabeth. So these are my probably favourite lashes. They're quite gappy, and that's what I like about them, because even the gappy, your own lashes like blend in with them. And also, I don't know, it's just a really nice lash, like look at it, like such a nice lash. So you could use these for like a night out, daytime. We do have other lashes that are a bit more dramatic, so like our bestseller in Topshop is Frankie, and everyone loves that lash. And then if you're going for more natural, I'd say with like the Mink range, Jilly's a really nice lash. Like it's still like quite going out, but a bit more on the natural side. And then in the faux Mink range, I'd probably say Tiana. I think that's a really nice lash. So we do the faux Mink lashes in our Topshop stores. And then online, on like Beauty Bay, Pretty Little Thing, we do the Mink lashes as well. So I'm just going to cut these. And then make sure that they measure to my eye. And then I'm just going to take some Dolly glue and pop this all on my lash. Not all on the lash, like on the lash line. And then I'm just going to let the glue go tacky for about 15 seconds. I think the mistake most people make with applying lashes is that they don't let the glue go tacky, so when you're trying to stick it on, it's not going to stick because it's just wet and sliding about the eye. And also make sure it measures to your actual eye, because if it's too long, it's just going to drag your eye down. It's going to look like it's taken off. So I'm just going to pop this on my eye. I'm just going to grab the Doll Beauty tweezers. You can actually apply the lashes with these, but I just have tweezer-like nails, so I'm just going to make sure they're in place, as close to the lash line as possible. And then same on the other eye. So I'd always keep your eyes open when applying the lashes. I just think that sometimes when you close your eye, it screws up your eye shape. So you might think you're applying them, but when you open your eye, the eye space is like growing again, if that makes sense. And then just to make sure they're fully secure, I always clamp them with the eyelash curlers, because it connects your actual eyelashes to the eyes and it's like to the eyelashes then. It's quite scary, especially when we're doing it on clients. They're like, when you come towards them, they're like that. But it keeps them in place. So now for skin, I'm gonna use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter Primer. I'm just gonna pop this all over my face. So this primer, sometimes I don't use a primer, it depends on like what look I'm going for. If I'm going on a night out, I'll use a primer, but if it's day to day, I won't use one. Don't really feel like I need one. But this primer gives you like a nice glow underneath your foundation. It smells of oranges as well, so I like it. I'm gonna pop that all over. So then I'm going to go in with 2 foundations just to mix it. So I'm going to go with the NARS Natural Radiant Foundation in shade Venuto, which, if you know the foundations, you know this is not my shade, but I'm just in denial about how pale I am. It's like a personal problem. And then I've also got the MAC Studio Fix in NW10, which is probably what shade it should be on its own. But I'm just going to mix them both together. But I quite like mixing foundations because I feel like the NARS Natural Radiant gives you like a nice glow to your skin, it's good coverage, but then the MAC Studio Fix always gives you like a bit more coverage. Pop this all over my face. I'm doing this like a really big buffing foundation brush, like buffing it into my skin. I find with like flat foundation brushes it slides out your skin, it's really hard to blend. So I also blend it down onto my neck, as you can tell that this isn't my shade. But I like to look a bit browner. That's all buffed in. And then I'm going to take the Milani concealer, just wipe it off my hand. The Milani concealer that I used as the eye base. I'm just going to pop this all under my eye, down my nose, and my Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin too. So I picked this concealer up when I was doing an event in Belfast. So we did an event in BTY and Holly Flynn used this concealer, so I went and bought it. So everything that she does with me makeup wise, I just copy her. Like the pound shop version of Holly Flynn, really. I even copy what coffee she has. She told me that she has an espresso frappe with light ice and more base, so every time I go to Starbucks now I order that too. It's literally like Mean Girls, like I seen Katie Harron wearing army pants and flip-flops, that's like me with Holly Flynn basically. So blending that all in. And then I'm just going to get my foundation brush and just blend around that as well. You don't want it to be like separate from the foundation. I feel like the base is like my favourite part to do when doing makeup. Like I love doing like bronzer, like creating a contour. I think that's like a really good seller for us in Topshop now, is like the new bronzers, like they've got the light, the dark, and they've also brought out the medium deep and the medium as well. So they're like a really good seller in like pretty much all of the stores. Like it's mad, we're in like 90 Topshop stores now. Like I remember when like Doll started in 2016, and like I was working in London at the time, like my old job, and then Danny rang me, she was like, "Hi babe, how are you getting on? I'll come and see you." I was like, "Don't bother, because I hate life." Like London life just wasn't for me. Like I'm a really big home bird. So yeah, Dan messaged me the next day and was like, we're taking on like managers, because we're in like so many different Topshop stores, so if you want to come and work for us you can do. So literally a month later got my stuff and left London and went working for Doll. So I'm going to apply the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder, another one that Holly Flynn used, and then I'm just going to pop that all over my face. So I find that I'm a little bit more oily on like my T-zone area and my chin as well. So I'm just going to put more powder there, because I find that's where my makeup moves. So the more powder I put on, the more it won't start to go like greasy. So people bake under their eyes, but I bake my chin basically. And then I'm just going to grab the Doll Gimme Sun bronzer in medium deep. So this is my favourite bronzer to contour with. I feel like it's not really that warm, but it's not too cool either. So you only need a really little bit because it goes a long way. I'm just gonna apply that to my cheeks. So when I'm doing my contour on my face, I always start where the ear is, work down as far as the mouth and stop where the nose would meet. I just do this on every client as well. Just make sure that's all blended in. And around my head. So you only need the tiniest bit of product for this. And then I'm also going to do underneath my chin to contour one of them chins away. Like when I do this as well, I know this is like so unattractive, I can't even believe I'm doing it on camera, but I always go like that just to make sure it's all blended, because you can't really see that underneath here when your just face is normal. If you go like that, you can see that it's all blended. I actually can't believe I've just done that on camera. But just a little trick. Try not to get your hair in your face while you're doing it. Weave in the way. So I'm gonna grab the Doll highlighter palette in Hall of Fame palette again, and just grab one of these Peaches brushes, and then I'm just gonna get Shine Bright. That's like my first highlight. So everyone that knows me knows that I absolutely love highlighter. Like, you have to wear sunglasses looking at me because it's that bright. So I'll just use this mirror. So I'm just gonna pop it all on my cheeks. So like, just look at how much that is glowing already. So Shine Bright is like one of the first ones that Danny and Sam brought out, and they brought the highlighters out. So they brought the Like a Diamond and the Shine Bright in like single packaging. Like, I remember when these went online, and I think everyone in the warehouse had a meltdown because it literally crashed our website. We was getting that many orders for it. It was crazy. And then they brought out the Champagne Supernova as well. And then they brought that out in like a duo, and then brought that out in a duo. And then this is the most recent that you're getting like Viva and Forever in as well. So I love the Forever shade. So if you like Pretty Little Glow, which is on Pretty Little Thing, you'll love the Forever shade. Like, it is literally just a nice rose gold colour. I'm obsessed. So when I go out, I'll highlight my collarbones, I'll highlight my legs. Like, I'm just obsessed with highlighter. So if you ever booked in with me for makeup, just let me know if you don't like highlighter, because I'll automatically do highlighter on you. So I'm going to go in now with the Jordana Tisha blusher in Honey Pie, which is like a nice rose gold shade. And grab a blusher brush. Just pop that to my apples and my cheeks. So I don't normally wear blusher normally. But everyone's blusher seems to be coming back in. Like, 1 minute it was like bronze contour look, but everyone seems to be wearing blusher again now. So being the copycat I am, I'm just gonna copy everyone else, put blusher on. And then I'm just gonna grab a bronzer brush from earlier, just grab a tiny little bit of product and just really blend that in. And then over it, I like the Milani Baked Bronzer, which I just put over. So it's not like, I wouldn't use this as a contour, I'll just use this over your normal bronzer. And just put that over your contour. And then at this point, before I do my lips, I'll always just go back to my eye and make sure everything's all blended. Because when you put in the concealer on your foundation, you're chopping off a little bit of that product on the end. So if you can see, there's like a bit of a harsh line there, I'm just going to blend over and underneath as well. And same on this side. Then I'm just gonna grab the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow. Legendary, can't say it. Legendary Brow. Yeah, that's right. And then just brush this through my brows. So Danny always uses this in the studio. So when I'm in there, I seen that she was using it, so I went and got one. So you could use it like on its own, if you wanted like a fluffy brow, or just over an already filled in brow. And then I just always like to take like a little spoolie brush just to blend it back over, because I always feel like sometimes you can look like you've got Wolverine brows. Just lock that down. And then I'm going to go on to lips. So I'm going to use the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. Just pop that all over on the outer corners. So I always overdraw my lips as well. I haven't had any lip filler. I like the illusion of a bigger lip. So I'm then going to go in with one of the new doll lipsticks in C'est La Vie. It's like a nice nude brown shade. It's got a bit of a pinky tone to it as well. So they've brought 8 different lipsticks out that are all like nudes, peaches, because we all love like a nude lip at Doll. And they've named them after sayings that we say in Doll HQ. So C'est La Vie, Steph always goes, C'est La Vie, my love. And like we all just have banter about different words that we say. And like double booked, Faye is always double booked. So we all just like take the mick out of each other with like different sayings. There's also a shade called FOMO, which is like fear of missing out, because we have so many chairs in the studio and then another chair in like the hairdressing room. Because there's that many of us that do makeup, whoever's last in always gets put in the hairdressing room. So we're always like, we've got FOMO. We've always got bad FOMO. We're missing out on all the action in the makeup room. And it's just funny. Have some laughs in there. All the clients will know what everyone's like in there. You get greeted with, hello my love. So this is just the Jordana t-shirt gloss in Serendipity. So there we go, there's my look of what I'd do for like a night out on myself. Some of you might like it, some of you might not, but this is just what I do on myself. If you like this video, subscribe to our Doll Beauty YouTube channel. We've got loads of more videos and tutorials coming, so keep an eye out.